What did your child tell a teacher about your family that you had to go in and explain? The school called at 9 a.m. and said my son told his teacher something about our family and I had to come in right away. What did he say? I asked. The secretary hesitated. Mr. Reyes, the counselor would rather explain in person. I left work. The whole drive I told myself Mateo was 6. 6-year-olds make things up. The counselor's office had a box of tissues on the desk, which is never a good sign. Mateo's teacher, Miss Pham, was already there. So was a woman I didn't know. Thanks for coming. This is Karen. She's with the county. The county. My stomach dropped. Is he okay? Where is he? He's in the library. He's fine. Miss Pham slid a paper across the desk. This morning we had the kids draw who lives in their home. Mateo drew this. A crayon drawing. Me with glasses. Mateo small. And a third figure tall standing over a bed. Under it, in shaky letters, Uncle comes in when Daddy sleeps. Karen leaned forward. Mr. Reyes, does someone else live with you and your son? No, it's just us. His mom passed 2 years ago. The two women exchanged a look I did not like. When we asked Mateo about it, Miss Pham said carefully, he told us his uncle visits at night. He said it's a secret, that his uncle told him not to tell Daddy. I don't have a brother, I said. Mateo doesn't have an uncle. The room went quiet. Karen's pen stopped. Could it be a family friend? A neighbor? Someone he calls uncle? I went through the whole list out loud. No one. There was no man who came to my house. No man with any reason to be in my son's room at night. He described him, Miss Pham said. Tall, brings candy, sits on the edge of the bed until Mateo falls back asleep. She swallowed. He said the man told him that if he ever told you, you'd have to go away forever. I don't remember standing up. I remember Karen saying, Mr. Reyes, please, let's stay calm. And I remember saying, where is my son? And them walking me to the library. Mateo was building blocks. He grinned. Daddy, you never come at school. I crouched down and kept my voice light. Hey bud, can you tell me about your uncle? He nodded like it was nothing. Uncle Rob. I had never heard that name in my life. When does Uncle Rob come? At night, when you're sleeping. He lowered his voice. It's a secret. Does he come in the door? No. He giggled. The window. He's really quiet. He says you sleep like a bear. My skin went cold. Mateo's window was on the ground floor. The latch had been sticking for months. I kept meaning to fix it. What does Uncle Rob look like? He has a beard and a coat, and he smells like outside. He looked up at me. Are you mad? He said you'd be mad. Not at you. Not even a little. I signed him out. Told the school I'd handle it. Told Karen to call whoever she needed to call. Then I drove us home and I looked at that latch and there were scratches on it. Fresh ones. On the outside. That night, I did everything the same. Dinner at 6 p.m. bath. 2 books. I tucked Mateo into his own bed, loud enough that anyone listening would hear our normal. Good night, bud. Daddy's going to sleep now. Then I carried a chair into the hall closet across from his room, left the door open a crack, and sat in the dark with my phone recording and a flashlight in my fist. 8 p.m. Nothing. 10 p.m. Nothing. My legs went numb. By midnight, I'd half convinced myself I'd imagined all of it. At 1:40 a.m., I heard the window slide. Slow. Practiced. The soft scrape of a latch someone already knew how to work. Then the whisper of fabric, a shoe on carpet, and a low voice, gentle, sing-song, the kind you use on a child. Hey, little man, you awake? I brought you something. I came out of that closet and hit the light. He was halfway across the room, tall, bearded, a coat, one hand already reaching toward my son's bed. He froze in the beam like an animal. Who the hell are you? I said, and he smiled at me calm, like he'd rehearsed it. You must be the dad. I'm Rob. I've been coming for weeks. He's a good sleeper. He lunged for the window, but I'd screwed it shut that afternoon. He clawed at the frame, then spun back toward me, and I stood square in front of the only door with the flashlight in one hand and the phone still recording in the other. You pick the one house, I said, where the dad doesn't sleep like a bear, and the pounding on the front door was the police I'd called the second I heard that latch.